Okay, I'm making a wheat beer tomorrow, and I'm going to make a starter for it tonight. So I've got my yeast that I popped earlier today. I've got my extract and a scale. I've got my 2-liter flask. I've got my star san, firm cap, always important when using a flask. Digital thermometer to make sure I'm down to temp before I pitch my yeast. And my homemade stir plate with a stir bar. I'm going to need a funnel to add the extract to the flask as well. So I'm going to add 2 quarts of water to this, bring it up to a boil, and then stir in the extract. Okay, I have just put my flask on the heat. While that's going, I'm going to add my 3 ounces per quart, so 6 ounces of extract. Okay, I've got a good rolling boil in my flask. I'm going to cut the heat and add the extract. I had to use a wooden spoon. That's the only thing I've got small enough to fit in the neck of the flask. Alright, I got the extract dissolved into the water. It actually took a little bit of, it was a little bit of a chore. But before I get to talking too much, I'm going to go ahead and add my firm cap to keep the likelihood of a boil over down. But as I was saying, it looks like next time I may add the dry extract to the flask in the very beginning and then heat it with the water, because trying to pour it in on top of the steaming water just made it clump up really bad up top. So, set my timer for 15 minutes of a boil. After that 15, I will check on it and go from there. Okay, the timer just went off, killing my heat, and from now on everything is hot. Remember that. From now on everything needs to be clean. The thing I like to do is to put my stir bar in immediately so that it has time to chill and get sterilized. Alright, I like putting it in cold water first. Now once this chills out a little while, I will follow that up with topping this off with ice. Well, this amount of liquid only normally takes about 10 minutes. Okay, I'm ready to check the temp. It's been about 15 minutes. I'm spraying this down with star san. This is my improvised way of getting down inside. I've sprayed the whole thing with star san, and the thermometer is waterproof. Yeah, and it got away from me. We're down to 50 now. So I'll let this warm up a little bit on the stir plate before I add the yeast. Now, I forgot to mention that I used some sanitized or sprayed it some aluminum foil with star san to cover this the entire time. Now, what I'm going to do is set this on my stir plate for now. Remember, I've already got my stir bar in here, so I don't have to worry about dropping that in now. And we'll get it started here. Not sure if you can see the whirlpool started, but if you look here, you can see it. And I will let this warm up for a few minutes before I add the yeast. Okay, it's been a few minutes and the starter has warmed up. I have sprayed the entire yeast packet and the blade of the scissors with star san. Just going to cut the edge off. Remove this. Put the foil back on. That's it. And I'll show a picture of it at full Krausen tomorrow. Okay, so I missed the high Krausen, but this is it right before I pitch it into my wort. As you can see, a lot of it settled off, and I'll be decanting a good bit off the top before I pitch it.